What's up guys, They Coming, and today I'm here recapping the latest CWL war with the Boston Tea Party. This was our week 6 war versus Why So Golem. Now, this was an excellent war for us, coming out 84 to 81 stars, 92.67% to 90.73%. We did have our ups and downs with this war, and we'll go through those piece by piece. First of all, if we look at the war details, we did have some really great success with our early Town Hall 9v9 hits. We did prescribe, I believe, the top 3 or 4 Town Hall 9s to just be insta-dipped on by Town Hall 10s, and we actually missed one of those dips. We had to dip one more time, but that was hopefully to allow us to come in with some of our Town Hall 9s and get some scouts on 10s, which would have been really valuable to hold those attacks. Unfortunately, my streak in CWL ended with a perfect 100% 3-star record. I did not hit a 3-star on either of my attacks. Poor me. But, you know, it happens to everyone, guys. It's just how your team bounces back and is able to pick up those 3 stars behind you. So anyways, I have, I believe, 6 attacks for us today. And we're going to start off with the epic Town Hall 10 v Town Hall 10 6-packer, Chester Cheese, hitting number 11. Let's pull that up real fast. Here we go. And we will recap one of these today. Klaus is actually going to recap the other on his channel. He is in Finland right now, and I have agreed to get some of these replays for him as he is away from his workstation. So let's go ahead and watch this attack. He gets immense value out of just a handful of troops to start this raid. That single baby dragon is going to do some work on that north side of the base. Meanwhile, his king has been dropped onto the barracks to set a funnel, his queen behind it, and look what he actually deploys here. A single wizard over here because the mortar is firing on those royals. That wizard is going to get some great value. That trailing giant to come in behind with some wall breakers to break this queen into this air defense compartment. The queen is going to get 1 archer tower. The air defense, that giant perfectly tanking so the queen can stay alive long enough to get that wizard tower. And this expo, slowly there. Again, this wizard is getting immense value. The baby dragon is still alive up here. Queen will take down this expo, get onto this inferno tower, pop the enemy queen, and that is just beautiful value. He's at 33%. The baby dragon is still alive, and he has yet to deploy his Lalo. So here comes the first hound and loons trailing behind. Great deployment there. First haste down to get through these beginning defenses. Nice, dense air defending area there. The rage down to get through the expo and this archer tower onto the 3rd air defense. Looking really great there. And his hounds are dead, so he has no hounds. But look in the camps, guys. He's got 10 loons, a rage, a haste, and a heal. 2 hastes and a heal. The heal is down to heal all those wounded balloons back up to full. The rage spell to continue those troops around this nice densely packed ring or sort of corner there, and on to the last defense, the wizard tower. Absolutely smashed. Guys, look at the camps. He's got 6 balloons, 2 wall breakers, an archer and 2 minions, and 2 haste spells in the bag. Guys, that is amazing swag on this base. Chester Cheese picking up the 10v10 3-star. This was a base that was hit by, I think, 2 or maybe even 3 other Town Hall 10s, and they had to tweak the plan just right. But Chester, man, once it went right, it went really right. Good job, buddy. So let's move on down. And guys, I really want to stop just one more second. Chester picking up the Town Hall 10v10 6-pack for us was absolutely huge. This war would have been a lot closer had he not done that. And really, what it came down to at the very end was, if we look at the enemy team, they were only able to pick up 2 of their 11v10 dips. So this was the weakness that they exhibited, only being able to triple 2 Town Hall 10s with their 3 Town Hall 11s. That was absolutely just devastating for them. We did have a little bit of struggle ourselves. Our Town Hall 11 play was not as on point as it usually is. We picked up 3 for 6 Town Hall 11 v Town Hall 10 dips. Moving on with the recap. Let's go down and let's check out Dirty Old Basket versus number 17. Now, this was a really sort of interesting army composition, an interesting attack, and we're gonna see what he does here. Now, I'm just gonna go ahead and guess that his queen did not go the intended way that he wanted her to. Maybe he can come in the comments section and correct me if I'm wrong. But, you know, there's some things that tell me she went the wrong way, but there's also maybe something that tells me she went the right way. So we're gonna check this out. Drops the queen up here around 1 o'clock. She's gonna get some stuff cleared. Baby Dragon to help her out, and the healers go down. Now, at this point, he's probably thinking he wants his queen to go over here and get these 2 exposed air defenses, because if you look at the composition, he's got a Golem, 5 Valkyries, 5 Baby Dragons left, another healer, and he's also got CC bowlers in his clan castle. So I believe his queen has gone the wrong way at this point, but he's got to do something about that. He drops his Golem over here to help set this side of the funnel, a couple wizards. He's gonna rage queen here just to keep her alive so he doesn't have to expend that early ability. I think that ended up being a very smart choice. One Seeking Air Mine does eat a healer, but look over here, this Golem is still pretty healthy. It's only under fire of 2 or 2.5 point defenses. A wizard tower doesn't really count, and he sends in his Valkyries and his bowlers beautifully funneled. A rage spell to come down with this poison spell, and this kill squad is going to be under a lot of fire. That is a pretty heavy CC, but once again, guys, you know, when you have these, I think that was a multiple Baby Dragon CC, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe I was, maybe I missaw that. But look, he's got his healers. Unfortunately, 2 of the healers have redirected onto that Golem, and they're going on the outside of the base. So a bit of a scary moment right here, because in his composition, he's only got back in Baby Dragon, so he's relying heavily on the troops that are now inside the base to clear that last remaining air defense. So he has to be patient with these babies. He can't just go crazy with them, so he identifies that, okay, the air defenses are not down here on the south side of the base. He starts 1 Baby Dragon there. He's got his queen ability in the bag, and meanwhile, he's got that 1 clutch healer healing up the king and those barbarians as they help to beat through that wall. Very nice there. 3 Baby Dragons still in the bag with 2 wizards. He's only got 1 corner hut over here that he really needs to worry about. He drops a baby to take care of that, and that's going to be fine. Now watch what he does right here. He's waiting. That archer tower is tanking the fire. The cannon is taking the king is tanking fire of that cannon, and he drops the skeleton spell onto the air defense. That's gonna help clear out that entire compartment. Really beautiful there. I don't think the queen actually gets but maybe 1 shot onto this archer tower, and then maybe 1 more shot onto this dark elixir storage. Really interesting attack. Different army composition. I'm not sure what it's called, but that was really cool. Great raid, my friend. Let's move on down to Qtek, hitting number 18. And this is with one of my more favorite attack strategies right now, as you guys know, the AQ charge Lalo. And this is just beautiful. I mean, he does a really great job here. I think he gets an unfortunate angle on this Baby Dragon. I think he was intending for the baby to take that storage, but doesn't end up happening for him. The Quadquake is down, and look what this Quadquake exposes. That tile being broken right there, that corner tile, is going to allow the queen to walk all the way into this base. Absolutely beautifully done right there. Really good job. Another Baby Dragon to help set the other side of the funnel. The king to further funnel that and just take trash. You know, this king is he's going to have a nice little suicide mission, solo mission by himself. The defending hound does come out, and this is going to be a little bit slow of a process here, so I'm going to go ahead and 2x it. He's going to drop a poison on this lava hound. Now, most of the time, this doesn't really accomplish much, but look, that Baby Dragon did get that cannon, so she's going to have literally nothing else firing on her at this point. Maybe a couple more minions, a couple earlier minions to help clean up those pups would have been a little bit more valuable, but still absolutely fine. Poison on Queen, and Rage Spell down to help keep Queen alive and power through some of these defenses. He drops his loons a little bit early. Now, I think this might have been because of time. I wasn't really watching the clock at the beginning of this raid, but that hound doesn't really get much for him because the queen was going to eventually step up and get that. He's got 2 hounds in the air though at this point and no spells remaining, so it's just going to be, will these balloons get splashed out by that wizard tower? And no, this is absolutely crushed. Queen is still alive. 1 cleanup balloon in the bag to help down on the 6 o'clock end of the base. Great job to Qtek. Love seeing his hits as always. Moving on to the next one. Let's look at Squirtle hitting number 22. And Squirtle is bringing the Cold-Blooded Gobo Lalo, and this is just an example of getting the perfect amount of value, and it really just beautiful amount of value out of a single Golem Bowler Kill Squad entry here. Single Baby Dragon to help set the funnel with a Wizard to also help there. Single Loon to trade with that Mortar. The single drop and the splash does take out a Mortar. And he's just being a little bit more patient. He's going to drop that Golem and 1 or 2 more Wizards to help clear a little bit more trash. The Queen behind, the Queen and King are going to path up, and they're going to get after this enemy King first. The jump is down, the Bowlers are down, and they're going to be heading into space. Now that Golem is still pretty darn healthy, having not taken that much damage. The Rage spell down and the Poison spell to help slow down the Baby Dragon. The Golem does pop, but it's really, they're really only going after these 2 air defenses and the Queen at this point. And that's plenty. I mean, he doesn't need that much more at this point. The Queen is going to be kind enough to step over here and to get that air defense, get the Archer Tower, and she's going to dip out. But look at the value that he gets from these troops in the very center. They are going to end up getting this sweeper at the last moment, but because he's coming from the opposite side of the sweeper, it doesn't matter. Lalo has begun. 2 Hounds down, slow rolling in on these defenses. First Haste to help speed things along, and a Rage over this Expo. The Hounds do cruise on over to this last air defense. The balloons are Rage. They're going through the 8-2 seeking air mines in that cluster, and that was just wonderful. Not going to do much damage to this attack at this point. Last seeking air mine is going to come out, and the last air defense does go down. Very nice to Squirtle. The rest is just cleanup. Beautiful, beautiful raid, my friend. Kill Squad entry was on point, absolutely perfect. Let's move on to the next one. We've got 2 more for us today. We're going to be looking at No Surrender, hitting number 23. And No Surrender had a fresh 6-pack this war. Super big shout out to No Surrender, a guy coming over from JR, one of the guys that we helped bring up when JR was still active. If you guys don't know, JR has actually been dissolved to spread members into both Boston Tea Party and Cause, and this was done in order to help give us some larger wars midweek. You know, being able to do regular 40v40s allows us to match CWL Premier and Invite clans in their random matchup. So it's really been sort of a training ground choice for us, and something that we've definitely respected, and definitely something that has helped to boost us up midweek. So anyways, he's got a really great Kill Squad entry right here. That jump was beautiful value to help push King and Bowlers across. He's already got 2 of these air defenses, and the Bowlers are still going. The Queen is still going. And when the Kill Squad actually terminates here, you're going to see just the pathing that this Kill Squad has laid out. It basically makes it near impossible for a Lalo to mess up unless you just don't know how to do it. So the first Hound has exploded, the second Hound is still in the air, and he's going to cruise in only 6 more Loons to take out quite a bit more defense. But because it's laid out in this nice thin L-shaped path, this is going to be very easy for these Loons to take these defenses. Haste spells are all he has left. They are cruising. They're going to move quickly enough to get on top of this last air defense before there is too much trouble. Very nice job. Queen is still alive. She's going to actually be able to come through this wall and just assist with some more cleanup. He's got cleanup pups up at the north side, and he's got this rogue Tesla down here that could give him a little bit of trouble, but it's going to end up being okay. Let's 2x it, see how this goes. We know it's a 3-star. Good job. Mortar is the last defense. Not going to deter this attack from any kind of failure. Good job, 4x. No Surrender. Super big shout out. Really proud to have a JR guy coming into the Boston Tea Party, CWL Wars, and 6-packing in such fancy, fancy fashion. Good job, dude. And the last attack for this recap that I will show will be Jesse Lando, hitting number 25. And Jesse Lando is going to be bringing the Stoned Hobo. And I'd like to be able to show a nice variety of attacks on my channel, and really glad, you know, that he's able to pull this off. Wait, is this stoned or just shattered? This is stoned. Very nice. Okay, so 3 golems down, wall breakers in, gets a nice break right there. King and Queen with bowlers going in behind. Excellent, excellent funneling there. And let's see what happens with this Queen. Is this Queen gonna go inside the base, or is she gonna walk? We will have to see. They're gonna chuck rocks over this wall. The Queen does redirect to go in. No, she goes out. So this is a bit of a gaff right here, because really and truly that single rage and that single jump spell is not going to get him the access that he needs. but he's able to still pull this out. Now let's watch how he does this. It's sort of a fail-win situation. He's got that hound in the air. Luckily for him, the hound has not yet targeted his queen. So this golem is gonna beat on this Expo and this Tesla. He smartly drops in some hog riders behind in order to hopefully snipe off some of these distracted defenses while that golem is still providing a decent amount of tanking. Good job to him. That excuse me, that Tesla is going to fall, and now he's got a nice path for his hog riders to come in. He doesn't have that many hogs, guys. Not that many left. I think he only has maybe like 10. Oh, at this point, not very many at all. Maybe like 6 or 7 hog riders, and he still has a lot of defenses to take down, but he has a heal spell in the bag, and the queen, still with her ability, he goes ahead and pops it just to move her along quickly. Beautifully placed heal spell, gonna be able to take out the archer tower, the cannon, the wizard tower, and the other wizard tower, and that's gonna do it. This does come down to be a very close raid. Let's watch how close it gets. Pretty clutch here. The archer tower will fall. They're gonna come down here and get this mortar. And look at what he has left, guys. He's got 4 or 5 hog riders heading over to the last remaining 2 defenses. That air sweeper being up is gonna slow him down from getting onto this last threat, but look at what happens. That level 2 Expo is not going to take down all of the hog riders. There's 2 remaining hogs, and if we check their health, they are both full health hog riders. He drops the poison spell on this full health hound in order to slow it down. So hopefully that little bit of chip damage that hound would do onto these hog riders is slightly slowed, because he's got to get through these structures right here. And guess what? He's got a corner hut that he did not account for. So a little bit of shame on him for not dropping that corner archer to take that hut, or not planning for it, but still able to get it done. The queen and the rest of the troops are going to be hung up beating those walls. They are not going to be able to get up to this last remaining structure. So it's all up to the hog riders at this point, and he's got 1 beat up hog rider and 1 full health hog rider. So this ends up being GG, well played to Jesse Lando. Oh my gosh, maybe dropping that last poison spell could have been a little bit better for him, but still. Clutch raid. Anyways, once again, shout out to the guys at Boston Tea Party and Chester Cheese for picking up the Town Hall 10 v10 6-pack, picking up the 84-81 victory over YSO Golem, putting us at 4-2 this season in the CWL Rising League. Hope you enjoyed the recap, guys. See you later.